Welcome to another episode of Clutch Entrepreneurs. Today I have the CEO of Synergy Real Estate Group, who has closed over $100 million in transactions in the San Antonio area with over 17 agents. He is also a real estate developer and investor who specializes in new construction on single family and multi-family homes. My guest, Frank Gonzales.
Man, thank you, Clutch. I appreciate it, JR. I want to thank God for the opportunity of being here, man, and definitely a blessing. Appreciate you having me in your house, man, and it's a blessing, guys. Let's go.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on, man. So we've known each other for like about a half a year, a year.
It's been about a year.
About a year.
Man. Yeah,
so
maybe less than a year.
Yeah, we barely met each other, kind of, right?
Yeah.
So we met each other at Wholesaling Live.
So officially met there at Wholesaling Live. I pretty much messaged them on Instagram. And just after that, just started knocking on the door, coming in here to his office, man. Just trying to meet the guy, you know.
Talking about, and we would always talk about, brainstorming about future moves.
Oh man, all day. That's what it's about, man. Always talking about the goals and seeing how we can do this and work a deal. I mean, that's what it's about, man. You know.
Mm-hmm. And so, guys, I always highly encourage in doing this networking. So when you see other people in your area that are in the same industry as you, and you see that they're trying to get to certain levels and you can relate to that, just link up. It's that simple.
Yeah. I mean, like it says in the Bible, knock and the door, or is it knock and the door shall open, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Seeking you shall find.
And it's funny because I was just telling you before you came on here, like, you posted a video of your house.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, yo, that's your house, bro. And that's a sick house. And you built it, right?
Yeah, man.
From the ground up.
Yeah, it's a blessing, brother. True blessing, man. Built it from the ground up.
Bro, you got good taste.
My wife does.
Yeah, so is your wife?
Yeah, you gotta give props. Shout out to my wife, man. She has a good vision for it as well. I mean, I have a vision, but she has to stamp the approval, you know.
I got you. So did she do the interior design?
So she did some of the interior design, man. She
okay. Because you were trying to take credit for it earlier. So wifey, if you're watching this, he was trying to take credit, but it's all right because he admitted it on camera.
I'll tell you, she has an eye, man. She has an eye for it. I'll tell you that.
All right, cool, man. So, actually, before we were on here too, I was saying I have a new build that I want to build my first house.
Let's go.
So we're gonna do a vlog on it.
Absolutely.
So, guys, if y'all are watching this on camera, I'm getting him to commit. He's gonna help me build my first house. Yeah,
construction.
You already told me yes.
Done deal. I already told him like 5 times already, man. Done.
So he builds a bunch of houses, duplexes. I've seen his work. Really good work, high end stuff. Really modern looking.
Appreciate it, bro.
What got you into that, man?
Man, so I can tell you, I mean, if you want to know the short story, I've been in real estate for 6 years. January 31st, I just hit my 6th year.
Okay.
And it's crazy, man. Getting into real estate, most people don't just say, I want to just be a realtor, right? A lot of people have a vision of where they want to take their life to. You know, there's a reason why they jump into the industry. Mm-hmm. And when I got into the industry, I realized that there's so much that you can do in real estate. It's not just helping buyers and sellers. There's investing, there's rentals, there's this and that. And it's crazy that I've always been big on what you speak into existence of what you want, right? The power of what is it, the power of what is it? The
law of attraction.
Law of attraction, bro.
I'm big in that.
You know what's funny, bro, is that I believe that I was gonna be in here with you, and look at this, I'm here right now, bro.
There you go.
Straight up, no joke, man.
Oh, I'm big on that too. Yeah. So that's probably why. I'm huge I'm huge on law of attraction. I'm huge on meditating. I'm huge on goals and clarity and attracting what it is I want in life. I'm the same way, bro. So that's probably what did it.
Connection, man. I mean, we were meant to meet each other one way in this world. But anyways, so when I got into real estate, I knew that you can do so much in it. And I said, man, one day I will be a developer. Okay. One day I want to build a subdivision. One day one day. And then I said, you know what? That one day has to change to like, hey, tomorrow. Like I got to do this now. And it's funny, bro. I've never lifted a hammer in my life.
Really?
Right? Yeah, for real. I mean, I knew how to cut grass. I knew how to, like, my dad, shout out to my pops out there, man. First generation American citizen here, man. And my dad's from a little ranch in Guerrero, Mexico. Okay. He showed me hard work, right? Like go lift trees, go throw trash, go do this, right? The hard work, labor wise. However, he didn't know the construction side. He knew more of like digging ditches, like that type of labor, man. And so whenever I learned about the construction side, I was actually showing a house to one of my boys, man. And he was going to buy a house for me. He did buy a house for me, right? And luckily, somebody's uncle or, somebody always has to know somebody that does construction, bro. Yeah. Somebody, right? Yeah. Especially from the south side. Yeah, man. Yeah. So anyways, we're showing the house to him and his uncle pulls up in a diesel truck and then another uncle pulls up in a diesel truck and I'm like, oh, shit. These dudes are contractors or something, man, right? Sure enough, they walk the house. My friend's like, man, I'm so excited. I love this house, right? And the uncle's like, yeah, you shouldn't buy this house. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, you shouldn't buy it. I'm like, why not? Right? Why? This is a beautiful home. Like, it's perfect for his budget. He says, man, how much is it? And I told him the number. It was like 130K or something like that, right? This was like 5 years ago. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, we can build you a house for that. I'm like, you can build a house for that much? He's like, yeah. He's like, hey, look. He told his brother, the other uncle told his brother, hey, show him the house we just built you. And he goes and he's like, and I look at him like, damn, bro. He's like, yeah, man, I just built it. How much you think? And at the time I was like, okay, on 5 acres, I was like, probably like 340 around there. Yeah. This was, like I said, 5 years ago. He's like, nah, man, it costed only like half that. And I'm like, what? Dang. The secret's out, guys, right now. So anyway, so as soon as you said that, half that, right?
That's a secret.
Anyways, man. So as soon as he said that, I said, man, I got to figure out a way to partner up with him or to at least learn what it takes to build a house. And sure enough, bro, I mean, 5 years later, we're here now. We're building, we're developing, talking about bigger projects.
Is he your partner?
He's actually my partner on the construction side right now. Yeah, bro.
That makes sense. Yeah. Is it the IRA guy?
No.
That's the money guy.
So no. So the guy I'm talking about. He's actually the one that showed me the construction side. Okay. So he showed me the construction side. He showed me because he's actually a cornice. So if anybody knows construction, cornice is plywood. They do all the windows, the doors, like little stuff like that, right? And then pretty much I got to learn the whole process of, foundation, framing to electrical to plumbing, like everything, bro. And I was there on site, And so he taught me that. And then I took it the business level because I'm like, I know this construction side. So now it's time for me to meet people that have money and we'll partner up and we'll go do some deals. You know what I mean? Like, and so anyway, so now it's pretty much, I got the knowledge for it. People got the money. They don't have the knowledge. We put them together and now we make magic, bro. Hey, come on.
Hey, you know what? As we've been talking, I'll give you what I've learned so far from you.
Yeah.
Is that you know what you want. And what you do is you go find the people to help you that have the skills for it. And then you partner up with them and you create magic.
Brother.
Because everything you've told me since before we even started this podcast, which is smart. That's a way to do it. So guys, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
You can't be good. You can't be the best at everything.
No, absolutely not.
You can't. No. You just can't. So you have to have good partners. Like just like me and Albert are partnering on this. I don't know anything about cameras and podcasts
this
or whatever.
This is cool right here, bro.
Yeah, but my partner does, right? Albert.
Yeah, shout out to Albert.
So that's part of the game of life.
Yeah.
Knowing it is what you want and then going out and finding the missing piece to help you put that together.
Man, I've gotten so much mentorship and just coaching and whatnot on the real estate side. And obviously I've implemented it on the construction side, the development side. And a big piece is you don't do everything, right? You have to, it's not about you doing the what, it's you have to find the who to guide you and to do the what and the when and the where. You have to find the who. That's the key to everything, the who.
That sounds like some KW stuff.
Ooh, KW. Shout out to KW, man. Shout out to Steve Collins. He's actually he was a mentor of ours. Steve Collins, coaching, Voice of One coaching, man.
So did you get, so you said that you were showing somebody the house, man. And his brothers pulled up. Or his uncles,
his tios.
His tios pulled up to assist them if it was a good house.
Yeah.
And so did you sell that guy a house?
I did actually, bro.
Okay, was it that house?
No, he ended up buying like a newer home. But you know what?
So that's funny. So he didn't buy it. Okay, but he ended up buying a house with you.
Yes.
His uncles didn't convince him to build a new one.
Yes.
But you started a partnership with his uncle.
Yeah, that's it.
Whoa, man.
Somebody was closed, right?
Hey, shout out to that client. Shout out to the uncles, because here we are.
Yeah, amen to that, brother. Yeah.
So you're a developer? You build?
So I have a few companies, man. Thank God, right? That's one thing I've learned is that you figure out how to build one company, you can build multiple, and it's all coming down to systems, right? I used to be very disorganized, very ride the waves, right? Going through the waves, the motions. And now I built a boat that I'm able to sell where I want, right? And every company that I got is a boat. What did you just tell me earlier about the boats, man?
Yeah, I said that a lifting tide raises all boats, or how did it go? Something like that. Yeah,
lifting tide raises all boats, right? So you have to be the lifting tide, right? And then the boats are your little companies, and you got to raise them. So every single one that I have backs every single other company. You know, they back each other up. So I got the construction, I got the development, I got acquisitions, I got a few companies. I got a demo company as well, demolition company. We just actually broke ground on some. I can't say a lot too much, right? But let's just say electric car chargers.
Oh,
yeah, I just broke ground on my first one. Shout out to my partner Roland.
Dang.
Yeah, man. So I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff, man.
So you kind of like, I believe in the same thing. So you have different companies, but they're all relatable. They all hold each other up.
Yeah.
Or they all back each other up.
Man, I'm gonna give you. I've always wanted to give this to people, man. This is the reason why I'm here today, man. And I come from the South Side, right? Born and raised, thank God. Like I said, first generation American.
San Antonio, Texas. Shout out. Yep, 78204. All right.
No, man. So I worked at a call center, bro. Okay. I worked in the restaurant industry pretty much all my life, in the restaurant industry when I was younger, and then worked at a call center. From there, when I was at the call center, man, it's crazy. I had a buddy of mine that was so my brother's done real estate for 16 plus years, right? Okay. So that's the reason why I know real estate.
Older brother?
My older brother, yeah. Shout out to my brother Raymond. And so I've always seen like that side, like the hustler, because my brother sold candies on the street, man. And so when he sold candies, he was like a young little kid selling candies, trying to get clothes for himself. He brought me into the sales industry by selling colognes on the street when I was 13, right? Anyways, I learned that when I was younger, but I got to work at Chase Call Center, right? I don't know if I can say that on the podcast, but anyways, I worked there, and I by the way, it sucked. I didn't like being in a cubicle or whatnot, right? And luckily though, man, it was a blessing. I think everything happens for a reason, bro. Because when I was there, because I spoke Spanish, they moved me up to the business banking side. So I got to help business clients that spoke Spanish, right? And one day I was like, man, it's just one of those things like going, clocking in, clocking out, you know, the daily life, right? Went in, clocked in, and this guy ends up calling the line. And when you work at a call center in a bank, and you know how you type in your account number on the phone? Well, when you do that, it automatically pops up your account information on the screen. Okay. Right? So boom, I see it on my screen. I'm like, oh, here it comes. Thank you for calling. Right. And I see it, and the first thing I see is like $6.3 million.
Dang, that was a big number.
This was in 2013, bro.
So you're like, whoa.
I've never seen that in my life.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? A lot of money, bro. And now I've seen it multiple times. But anyways, no, but back then it was like, man, it's crazy. And I got to talk to the guy, and he's like, yeah, I want to transfer money from that account to a different account, this and that. So I got to see his accounts, and every account had well over $500,000 in it. Right. And I was like, man, I've never seen so much money in my life. And for one person that you want, and I said, man, I have to do this. You're not supposed to ask personal questions when you're talking to somebody about their accounts, right? Yeah. And I said, you know what, man, I'm 21 years old. I need to find out why he's successful, right? Yeah. And so I asked him, I said, hey, sir. And in Spanish, I said, hey, sir, if you don't mind me asking, how did you become so successful? And he says, man, I've never been asked this over the phone. Like, I said, yeah, man, I'm 21 years old. I don't know what to do in life. I just know I want to be successful. And the guy says, okay, I'm going to give you 2 pieces of advice. And I live by this to this day, bro, like straight up. He says, the first is never lay your eggs in one basket. He says, that's why I have multiple accounts. Each one is a business, and it backs up the other one. And bro, I live by that to this day, right? And he says, this is a second golden nugget. He says, this is the golden nugget. This is the biggest one of them all. Mm-hmm. He says, always take risks. One of my boys is like, yeah, man. He was just buying shots and rounds of shots. I'm like, what is this dude doing, man? I thought he was slanging, man, because that's what we knew. We knew that if you're making money, either doing slanging, you're a dope boy, something, right? And I was like, man, at that moment, I was like, you know what? I'm done with Chase. I'm ready to go sell some dope. I'm ready to go hit up my boys. I'm ready, literally, bro.
Flip it.
Yeah, man. And so I asked him, I said, man, what are you doing, bro? He says, bro, he's like, he calls his brother, hey, Felix. Shout out to Felix and Roger, man, my boys. He's like, Felix. And my boy Felix is like, Cons money, Cons Home Plus.
Yeah.
I was like, Cons money? He said, yeah, bro, I just hit a bonus. I hit a bonus this month. We closed our numbers. We made this. And I didn't know nothing about sales, bro, at all. And the dude's like, yeah, Cons money. I just made this much money. I was like, what?
I've heard of Cons too. It's like a sales organization.
Sales organization, bro. Mm-hmm. They sell appliances, furniture, and electronics, bro. Mm-hmm. And I never knew that because I thought Cons was just like a place where like Best Buy, or Target, Well, they're commission sales, right? That's they sell and they make money. Mm-hmm. So, anyways, I didn't believe. I was like, you know what, bro? I work at Chase. I'm a business banker now. I'm in that world now. I don't need it. Yeah. However, I heard this guy, bro. This guy. Right after that happened, I heard this guy, right? And I slept on it a day. I went back to my boss. I said, man, I quit. And the dude's like, what are you gonna do? I said, I don't know. I'm gonna go work at Cons. But anyways, that was the beginning of it, bro. And pretty much I worked at Cons for a little bit, made some money, bro, made some bank. From there, worked in the car industry. From the car industry, I had my son. And then obviously when you have kids, you want to spend time with them. Mm-hmm. Being in the car business, shout out to the car dogs, man. They live out there, bro. Mm-hmm. Monday through Saturday through Sunday, like they live out there, bro.
Car sales is like the grimiest, bro. That's what they say. Like if you're a good car salesman, you can sell anything.
Oh, bro.
Used car salesman.
Believe it, bro. Believe it. You ever seen that? Was it the Badger? On YouTube, you never seen this? No. If y'all want to see a car salesman, used car salesman, search up the Badger on YouTube, bro. He's like, I'm gonna get me one today.
I've never sold used cars, but I've known people that did, and I'm like, damn, they're good salesmen,
bro.
If you're a good used car salesman, and you want to get into real estate investing, holler and I'll just
hit up my boy Clutch, right?
We trying to flip some houses.
Hey, come on.
But that's a cool story, bro.
Yeah,
it's a cool story.
Just a little piece of my story. You know? Yeah.
So you're saying the guy that you were talking to on the line, you saw big money and you had curiosity. Yeah. You're like, well, what is this? How does this? But you got to give yourself props because not many people in this situation would ask like, hey, bro, what do you do? Yeah. And then you hit him by surprise. He's like, man, well, nobody's ever asked me that. Let me give you 2 pieces of advice, bro, that you live to this day.
Whoever that man was, bro, whoever he was, I don't know if he remembers or not, bro. He changed my life, man. I mean, I believe in God, right? Mm-hmm. But I believe that man, the words that he said, that's why now when you invited me to do this, bro, I'm all in this. I'm built for this shit, bro, because I want to give back to those out there that might need a little push, bro. Yeah. Because I mean, me and you come from nothing, bro. Mm-hmm. I mean, we come from humble beginnings, bro, and look where we're at today. Yeah. Thank God, bro. Yeah. You know, I see with the Rolex over there. You know?
Yeah, I see this too. Now, so that's what we do it for, man. So I do it for inspiration. Yeah. The reason I started this actually was because, do you know who Max Maxwell is?
Max Maxwell, yeah.
So the real estate investment wholesaler. Yeah. So one day I went to his seminar. Okay. And it was all black people. There was like 1,000 people, and then there was a few Mexicans.
Shout out Black History Month.
Shout out Black History Month, right? Yep. Shout out Jordan, Kobe. All the people that inspired us.
Come on, baby.
But anyways, like I started talking to him, and we connected, and he flew me out to where he's from.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we were talking. I was just getting started in the game, and he's like, hey, JR, how come you don't do content? And I was just like, it ain't my style, man. Like, I'm low key. I like to just do me, you know what I mean? Stay out the way. And he was like, well, you're doing a disservice to your community. He was like, how'd you meet me? Content. He's like, okay, who'd you see in my seminar? 1,000 of my people, of my community.
Wow.
I was like, that's cool. I never thought about that. He's like, nobody looks like you doing content in real estate investing. Why don't you do it? Those people are going to relate to you.
Yeah.
I was like, man, that's cool. I like that. So then from there, I started getting into, building content. So,
and I know you got a following now, bro. I mean, that's how I got to see you on Instagram, man, and on YouTube. And that's really where I was like, man, who is this guy? I need to know who this guy is, because you remind me of me.
Yeah.
I mean, and you're doing it, bro. I mean, there's literally, like he was saying, you need to reach out to people out there. What a big saying is, your network is your net worth.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Yeah, no, 100%. So I mean, there you go. Now we're here, right? Now we connected, and we're
about
gonna
to build a house together.
Yeah, and a seminar.
Yeah, come on, and a seminar. Straight up, stay tuned, guys. Straight up.
Yeah. So, all right, man. I like the intro. That's cool. So you were at a call center.
Yeah,
you
bro.
got inspired. He expanded your mind, right?
Yep.
So now you're thinking money. Like, well, how do I get more money?
Yeah.
And then so now your consciousness, you're looking for money, signs of money. You run into this one of your friends at a party,
yeah, man,
and this dude's spending money. So you're like, hey, what do you do?
Yep.
Sales.
Yep.
So now you're thinking it's like a snowball effect, because of curiosity.
All because of curiosity. You know how I say curiosity killed the cat?
Yeah. I
mean, there's certain things you ain't supposed to do, but I mean, most of the time, expand your mind.
Yeah.
A big thing for me is if you feel it in your heart. Yeah. If you really feel it, I'm big on that. I'm feeling like I was talking to your partner, bro, Alejandro, right? Shout out to Alejandro. He says he's a complete opposite of you, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, some people are like that. I'm big on feeling. Like, if I feel like this is like, man, this is good.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it.
Intuition,
yeah. Bro,
I'm big on intuition too.
I feel it, you know?
I go off my feelings too. And you know what? That's like a lost art. A lot of people lost their, like, how to go with their gut. The good feelings, because that's everything, bro. That's the universe, your soul telling you do it. And the same for the opposite. Don't do it. Don't do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know what? I read a book one time, bro, and it was pretty interesting. So it was about communication, right? And what it was talking about was how communication a long time ago was built not to deceive people. That's how we communicate. But like, you can say one thing, but mean another, and you can deceive people.
Yeah.
And so it says the only way to go around that is to go with the vibe of the person. What do you feel about the person? Because you get those slick talking people, and you're like, I like what he says, but something ain't feel right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So if you're watching this, guys, and you have that, always go with your gut.
Go with the gut.
Like, because people can, it's like, you can say the world, you can promise this, you can promise that, but what do you feel about it?
Yep.
What's the vibe? Because that's the first language.
Absolutely.
That's how, we navigated through the earth before language. Going off our feelings.
You're right.
So I thought that was pretty interesting.
You're right, bro. You're right.
So always, guys, go with your gut. Okay. So now we haven't talked about realty.
Come on.
So shout out Synergy Realty Group.
Synergy, let's go.
All right. So you got how many members now?
17, man.
17 agents.
17 agents. There's 19 total of us with admin and everybody. But
okay.
It's 17, man. So
okay. That's a big group.
It's a blessing, bro. We started off with 3.
Okay.
And then, we grew from there.
So what do you think? So I've never done realty personally. I'm licensed, but I've never done realty.
Okay.
And what we do is completely different, right? What do you think? Like, what is the difference? Because you've done wholesaling, right, or no?
No, I haven't wholesaled. No,
you haven't wholesaled a house?
No. Normally, what we do whenever an opportunity like that comes up, I pretty much buy it.
Okay.
Or
list it.
That's
gotcha.
it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, it's good for the person, right? Because they're gonna get more.
In a sense, they kind of can get more. So, wholesale. I used to have a bad vibe, a bad energy. When someone says wholesale, the first thing real estate agents are like, those are the bad guys. That's underground.
Yes.
Right.
And that's me.
However, right.
I'm the
there
good
you go.
Guy.
You see,
watching this. I'm the good guy.
Kobe Jordan. No. So, however, when you educate yourself and you really like dive deep into what you do, your craft. Man, bro, you can help people because some people might be in situations where they don't have, 3 months to be able to list this house, and a realtor might be doing an injustice to that client by saying, let's list it. And these people might be losing their home.
Yeah.
You know, they might be losing the home and losing the opportunity to make some money and to get their life right, you know? And so I started looking into more of the wholesale. I call it creative investing. That's what I call it now. So I got the company Stratton Acquisitions, and we're creative investors. Yeah. That's what we are, man. I know, I like, people know wholesale, the name. I call it the creative investing, man, because we help people. Yeah. Right?
I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we do.
Yeah.
I mean, wholesaling is just the popular term.
Yeah.
That's what it is, right? Because what's the definition of wholesaling? Wholesaling means you buy something cheaper and you sell it higher.
Let's go.
That's what wholesaling. Yep. I mean, people wholesale every day, all day. Yeah. H-E-B is a wholesaler.
You're right. Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Sam's,
everybody, Walmart, everybody's
a wholesaler. Yep. Like the mall, you go buy clothes, that's wholesaling.
You're right.
They're getting it cheaper and selling them for more. So there's nothing wrong with it. But it's just traditionally the way you sell a home from the United States, how we do it is we use realtors. You get somebody, you pay them 3% to find a buyer for your property, and then you pay 3% to the agent who brings the buyer.
Those are the Simple. Numbers that everybody knows. Traditional numbers, yeah.
And the way wholesaling is you get somebody that's a cash buyer that comes and makes an offer cash, and they pay for all the closing costs and everything. So I mean, it is what it is. I can see, but I can honestly see, like, looking from it, I can see how it can be perceived as something negative because there's people that are immoral out there. Yeah. And I can picture that old lady that don't know what's going on and this slick dude that just sees a big bank account. Yep. And I can see how that can turn into like a bad.
I remember when you told me when I first started talking, you say the deals I don't do is people like little old ladies. I don't do those deals. Yeah. Or somebody that doesn't seem mentally right. You say I don't do those deals. Right. That's why I think you've been blessed, man. However, I think the bad name comes from those people that will do it. That will do it, bro. Yeah. Or for example, some people don't know, like, let's just say our people that came from Mexico, right? Or from a different country or whatnot. Yeah. They come and buy a house, maybe owner finance, or they buy a house, right? And then they paid it cash, right? And then they're in a situation where they're like, hey, I need to sell this house, right? And for example, let's just say they have 150,000 equity in that house, right? Yeah. And then here comes a little wholesaler that's, it's like, I'm here to take advantage of this guy. And they say, you know what? Exactly. And they say, you know what? I'm going to offer you only 40,000. Yeah. And being the person that doesn't know, they're from a different country and they bought this house for, let's just say they bought it for 30,000. Yeah. And they're like, you know what? I'm making 10 grand. Yeah. All right. I'll take the deal. Right. That's kind of where the wholesale side is like, man, you know what? They took advantage of that situation because that guy just lost $110,000. Yeah. And the real estate side, we have something called our due diligence and our what is that word, Danny? No, not just that word. We have to give the client we have to pretty much get their best interest. Right. Yeah. What's that word? Your a fiduciary duty as a realtor. Come on, that's right. Shout out to the South Side, right? Yeah, fiduciary duty, man. Right, and so when someone says, "Hey, I'm hiring you to help me sell my home," we have that fiduciary duty to say, "Hey, your home is worth this much." Right. Their best interest. Yeah. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't go in as an investor because when that opportunity comes and say, "Look, this is what it's worth." And we could put it on the market and it's going to sell, right now based off of the markets can take, 50, 60 days right now. Yeah. Or I can buy it from you cash for this price. But you're getting them both options. Exactly. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. Exactly. So you're telling me I can give you 150. Yep. I can get you 150. But the market's rough. It needs work. So you might have to fix this. You might have to put this amount of money into it. So you're going to end up netting this, or I can offer you this cash and we'll close in a week. No appraisal needed. No appraisal. No, you see, so it's something I've learned throughout the years. However, when you first start in real estate, they don't teach you that. They say, hey, go give them the market analysis and list the house. Right. Do that. Yeah. And you know what? I've noticed that too, because I speak with a lot of realtors and they think only that way. And when you try to tell them any other way, they're like, no, that's not right. Yeah. And like, really, you're helping the person. Right. What are we here to do? Yeah. And like, but like to get back to my point, I can see how, because I know I'm a good person. Yeah. So I'm going to help as much as possible. But I can see where somebody of the same different morals could come in. What's his name? Nah, just message. Hey, my hit it. Come on. So,
But yeah, so guys, I can see that because as a realtor, you're kind of like you're representing this person, their best interest. That's why you're paying them 3%.
Absolutely.
A wholesaler, we're not representing anybody.
Yep.
We are. This is what the price is, and
it's cutthroat. It is what it is.
It is pretty. And I was kind of telling you earlier, I wouldn't be good because I'm more of just a businessman.
Yeah.
And when I've never been a realtor. I've sold my cousin's house one time. Okay. But that was my cousin. I got him the most, I could get him. And I don't think I can actually do it with a client. Like, I don't know. I'm just not that vibe. Like, I'm not here to hold nobody's hand. I'm I'm a busy person. Like, I'm trying to go on to the next deal. So like for me personally, it's not my style. Yeah. But I can see how that could benefit somebody's style.
It's bro, it's a craft, man. I mean, it's show business, brother. Yeah. Whenever what we teach our agents is how to better cater to your client. Every client, that's what I was telling you earlier, is that we're not just real estate agents. We're unlicensed psychiatrists. We're unlicensed therapists. You know what I mean? Yeah. We give guidance, bro. And sometimes these that's why some people cry, bro, when they buy these houses, man. Like there's some people that like couldn't even think they could have bought a home, and so we're that people that come in here and help you and guide you. And for example, what do you do before like wholesale, right? For example, when you're brand new in the industry, what do you do?
As a wholesaler?
Yeah, like
you probably like educate yourself,
right? But you wholesale.
Yes.
You don't invest right off the bat.
Oh,
right?
No, you don't got money.
Okay, exactly. Yeah. Realtors, same thing. We don't wholesale, or we help buyers and sellers first to accumulate some capital, right? And then we invest. Most agents have some properties out there, you know?
Yeah.
But anyways, my thing is we help buyers and sellers, get to the end of their journey, and then ultimately it helps us get to wherever we want to go.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you're helping people at the end of the day.
Yeah,
I think it's a good craft. I think so me personally, I always recommend people to get their license.
I got you.
I'm like one of those unusual wholesalers.
Yeah,
and the reason
remember what they said at that?
Yeah, I was battling everybody on the stage.
You were there.
Yeah, well, I mean, because because you're in real estate.
Yeah.
And first of all, you have to be good at navigating the MLS.
Yep.
Because you can't make an offer on a house if you don't know what it's worth. That's the first step in the formula.
Comps.
So, but also if you're marketing, you're cold calling, because wholesalers, we do the same marketing.
Yeah.
We're just looking for a different outcome.
Yep.
You're like a realtor's looking for a listing or a buyer.
Yes.
And a wholesaler is looking for a cash deal.
Yep.
But I tell people, how many people, when you're cold calling, want to sell your house at 50%? Or even if it needs repairs.
Yeah.
It's a very small percentage. But how many people do want to sell their house, but they want full price? A lot more. I would say out of all the leads, when I was a cold caller myself, like when I first getting started, I mean, if I got 100 leads of people that were interested, 95% want full price.
Yep.
So why am I going to throw away those leads when I can make 3%?
That's an opportunity.
Out of 100, I'm going to convert at least 3 listings.
Yeah.
And San Antonio, what's the average median home price? Like 300?
Yeah, 300, 350.
All right, so that's $9,000.
Yeah.
3 of those, $27,000.
Who wouldn't want that, right?
That's a wholesale fee. That's a wholesale fee.
Yeah.
So, and not only that, but guys, like the reason I say to get your license too is because now you're a realtor, so now you could be part of the community.
Yep.
And you can go to these you could join these groups, you could join these networking events, and you're just in the industry. Why wouldn't you want to do that?
A big thing is education. I used to, when growing up, I thought education was like, who needs school, man? Like, who needs this, right?
Yeah.
I went to college just to get the financial aid so I could buy myself clothes.
Dang.
Like that, bro. Like Shout out to financial aid.
Well, shout out financial aid for hooking the homie up. It was a polo. It was
bro,
a polo.
Man. And so now though, man, I believe strongly in putting money into like go to seminars, don't just go, like educate yourself and learn to do. And not just learn to learn, you know what I mean? Like you have to learn to do, like put something that you take from a seminar. For example, this podcast, if you hear something, like put it to work, man. I mean, like literally that's what it comes down to. And educating yourself. If you're going to be a brand new wholesaler, educate yourself strongly of like wholesale, like everything wholesale. Like what can I do to wholesale? However, have a goal to build wealth as well, man. Accumulate real estate, man. You know, that's...
I agree with you. And so I kind of think that any realtor end up becoming investors anyway.
That's for the most part. For the most part, yeah.
I think that's mostly like what was your dream when you got your license?
Yeah.
What was your what did you want to do? What was your end goal?
My end goal? I mean, I still live in my goal, right?
Yeah, of course.
However, I mean, at the time it was to get my first investment.
Oh, so it was to invest.
It was to invest.
I think a lot of realtors have that goal, right?
Yeah.
Was it to ever? Because I know a lot of like people when they first get in the game, I want to do luxury.
No, I didn't even know what luxury was.
You
bro.
don't want to?
No, I mean, like for me, it was more like get the first deal.
Yeah.
When I first got into industry, I didn't even care if it was a $5,000 lot. Bro, I remember. I'll tell you my first deal, bro. My first deal. My first deal was a house on Rivas Street that I sold for $43,000. The guy, I was cold calling using the Mojo Dollar. Shout out to Mojo Dollar, right? And I was cold calling. My brother showed me. That's all he does, cold call. And I got this guy, and he says, "I'm willing to take $25,000 for this house."
Oh my God,
bro! Little Frank here, little new realtor, was like, "Sir, I can get you way more than that."
Hey, but no, that's good.
Hey, bro.
That's good, though.
I'm here today, but my boy's happy, right? Blessings.
That
you know
came
what?
back to 10, 100x.
I'm here right now to this day.
That's
Thank
good.
God. You know what I mean? And so sold it for $43K. He was ecstatic, right?
That's great, though, man. That's good.
That was my first deal, bro.
Okay, so just can I break this down for the viewers real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, guys.
If you don't understand, so we're talking right now the difference between being a realtor and being a wholesaler.
Yeah.
So that same cold call would have went different with a wholesaler and a realtor. So
big time.
And this is good though. This is good karma. And this is where things can get, twisted, right? So as a realtor, this guy said, I will take $25,000 for this house.
That's what he said, bro.
Right? Probably need a lot of work.
I was so happy when he's like, I want to sell it and I want 25 grand for it. I was so happy, bro. Just happy to hear those words,
But you gave him 43,000.
We put it on the market, sold it for 43,000.
Well, so he probably netted what, like 37?
Like 30, yeah, exactly.
So you made this guy
an extra 12 grand,
$12,000 in his pocket.
Yep.
All right, and a wholesaler would have said, okay, let me put this under contract for 25,000.
Yep.
You still be happy. That's what you want.
Yep.
And then you were gonna go find a buyer for 37, and you would have pocketed the 12.
That's the way it works.
In essence, that's the difference between a wholesaler and a realtor.
That? Now,
but that's great karma.
Yeah, great karma. And from there, I actually got to sell 3 more houses, right? They referred me to their family. Check this out. So the reason why, man, when I went to that wholesale live, shout out to Mike and everybody at HBHS, right? Man, good people, brother. Mike and El Uncle Charles. Uncle Charles. Anyways,
shout out to the fam.
Hey, that was a good seminar, man. I'm looking forward to the next one. But anyways, when I was there, I was thinking, I just thought about those deals. I just kept on thinking about those deals that I gave away. I made, what is 4 times 3? 43,000 times 3%. I only made like $1,200. And after my split, I made like $600.
Yeah.
Right? $600. And at the time, that $600 was income that I made off of real estate. However, if I would have made 10 grand at the time, bro, and I think about it to this day, if I would have made 10 grand, man,
that would have changed your whole world.
I would have helped me out with so much, bro. I've been in debt a few times in real estate, man. That's the thing people don't see, is that they see us out there, luxury suits and everything, but they don't know we were in debt a few times. I was in debt one time, 30 grand on one credit card.
Dang.
Just surviving, just wanting to survive to get through the next month and the next month.
Yeah.
Until, man, I and then the second time was 20 grand. First time, shame on me. Second time, shame on the credit card company.
Yeah.
No, man, but
100%. Like, guys, like, y'all see the good, the glamour, but yeah, we were just like you. If you're in a bad spot, we were just like you. You know what? Why we're here though is because we didn't give up.
Amen.
Persistence is the name of the game. Persistence will get you anything you want in this world. Remember that.
I got a book for y'all.
Go ahead.
I got a book. There's a book called The Greatest Salesman in the World.
Oh, I like that book.
In the world.
That's a good book.
Bro, it's the 10 scrolls, guys. Remember that. Yeah. It's a great book, guys. Seriously.
So going back to realty, what's your do you have any failure stories?
Multiple. See,
give me the best one.
We fell forward though, man. I mean, on the real estate side, on the real estate side, man. Okay. I'm thinking. I'm like, okay. So, and it's crazy. Most of them happen with wholesale deals. Deals that I did with a wholesale company. It's crazy, right? I'll never forget this one. This was like in 2018, right? I used to drive for dollars. Me and my wife, when I first got into industry, we literally did whatever we could to make money, whatever I could to find a deal. So on weekends, we would drive around town looking for sale by owner signs. So that's why whenever people say, what are you willing to do to succeed? Shoot, we did whatever, bro. I had my girl, when I was working at the office, she was driving around looking for sale by owner signs.
Is she a realtor too?
No, man. She's a stay-at-home wife. Okay, she was helping me out. She's a hustler. Shout out to my wife.
Cool.
Yeah, man. Drove around, found this for sale by owner sign. Guy wanted, I think it was like 40K. Again, another story, right? 40K. And this is in the Southtown area, right? 40K for the house. It's a corner lot, cool lot, right? And I call him up and I'm like, hey, let's put it on the market. What do you think you can sell it for? Oh, 65. Right? Hey, my boy Clutch is like, what? Educate yourself, guys. Y'all need to educate yourself, man, on the opportunities. Anyways, I put it on the market for 65K, right? Sure enough, boom, like animals, bro. It's like putting, something like food out there for dogs that are hungry, right? Boom, getting calls, wholesalers. Boom, hey, guy got a contract. Hey, you got the contract. Hey, got it. Boom, contract. I was like, damn, on a wholesale deal,
for
right?
full price.
Full price.
Dang, so you under?
I mean, maybe, right?
Yeah.
But anyways, so I got a contract, and this one for a little over asking price. So a lot of them were under. And then a lot of them were like at.
Yeah.
And then I got one that was a little bit over.
Rookie wholesaler.
Hey,
he didn't have a buyer.
Scary. He straight up. He already knows. He already knows, bro. Bro. Anyways, got under contract. We everybody was happy. Right, we were good. We made it through the option period. We made it through everything right. We got to the title company. My seller, we're signing. We sit down. We're taking pictures. I gave him a gift, right? And then I get a call, like 10 minutes into the closing. I step out of the closing table, and it's the other person, right?
The wholesaler.
The host. I don't want to say host. Wholesaler.
It is.
Right? He's on the other line, and he's like, "Hey, man, we're backing out."
No.
And I'm like, backing out?
No way.
He's like, yeah, man. He's like, we're backing out. I was like, we're signing right now. We're signing. We're here. The seller's signing already. We made it. He's like, nah, man, we're backing out. And you could tell him he can keep his, the little earnest money. It was only like $500 or something like that. He can keep it. And I was like, what?
Damn.
And so anyways, so then imagine I going to my seller.
Bro, I've had to do that before.
Hey.
And it's not our fault. Like, it was sold.
You see, this is the Kobe, the Jordan hero. So like, for example, like at that moment, I have to go back and tell my client like, hey, and this guy, he needed to sell this property, right?
Yeah.
And he was excited. He already knew what he was going to do with the money and this and that. And I was like, hey man, it's not going to go through. And he's like, why? Well, because these people backed out. Like they can't do the deal. But you see, stuff like that. There's other stories, right? But I think those are the. I've had to give up money, bro. Like I've had to give my clients money because they
already moved out,
or not sending stuff through. You know, like there's so many mistakes that can be done, and in real estate, I mean, you can get sued for anything. Yeah, that's why they're big on doing legal 1, legal 2, on your CE classes, and so much, man, because there's just so much room for error, man. Yeah.
Dang, man. Like I've never
Wait,
thought about
now
it.
you saw my side?
Yeah.
You see?
I have to do it.
Did you feel the pain?
That was painful. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm an investor and I flip houses, and I've been to the closing table where it backed out at closing day, and it is what it is. Right. But usually the way I see it is like, okay, to me, it's just another transaction. Yeah. I'm gonna put it back in the market. I'm good. Yeah. But in most cases, people only really sell like a handful of houses, if that, in their lifetime. 1, 2, 3 tops in their whole life. Yeah. So I can imagine that. Like, oh man, that's gotta hurt. And I never really pictured it from your side.
This is the thing. Investors, there's really no emotion attracted to a property. Right. For example, like I was telling my boys that I just got into the real estate side. Like I've been blessed to the opportunity to have my good friends from high school, and now they're partnered with me. We're doing new construction, we're remodeling, and these guys never thought they would ever do that, right? Yeah. And they're emotionally attracted. They're like attached to it. They're like, man, this is our baby. This is the baby. Yeah. And then I'm like, nah, that's an investment, bro. Like that, like the numbers. It's just the numbers. Yeah. However, people that are selling their personal homes, and there's an emotional attachment to that, bro. Right. And so, for example, for that man, it was like, man, I'm giving up something, and I wasn't able to get luckily, thank God, man, I got it under contract again. A little less, it was less, right? Mm-hmm. Closed the deal. We did a good deal.
Was it with a wholesaler again?
I don't know.
Might have been. Oh man!
And I think it was actually an investor that held on to it,
like an end buyer.
Yeah, end buyer. Okay. Everybody likes end buyers.
Yeah, that's what we live by here, end buyers. So, I mean, that's a cool story. I mean, it is what it is. Those are the realities of real estate. Those are the realities of transactions. I mean, it happens. So, okay, that was a bad story. Now, what's a great story, but from the development side?
Man, boy, last year was a good year, brother.
Okay.
Last year was a good year. Shout out to my boy Maloof. Man, he had that guy. Man, he gets property. I mean, he has people just left and right calling people,
like for the buyers,
like looking for listings, bro. Like if you know that dude's a good listing agent, man. And one thing about realtors like myself and him is that we know that there's enough business in this industry that it doesn't matter. I could shout him out, right? Shout out to my boy Maloof, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, he got me a lot, bro. He got me a lot that right there in the not even in Denver Heights, just like across from Dignity. So if you know San Antonio, it's right off of 35 in New Braunfels area.
Right.
So Dignity is closer to downtown. And then you cross over to New Braunfels, like that's like Wheatley area.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? So like that area,
like a little less desirable.
Less desirable.
Yeah,
it's closer to AT&T Center. However, it's hood. Right?
Yeah.
Anyways, he got me a lot there, man. Because I'm always looking for lots, looking for houses. Now, I mean, mainly lots, bro. I really love lots, bro, because development is my key, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, that lot, I had talked to one of my boys, CH, man, and he's like, let's do a deal. Let's build a house, right? And I was like, all right, put up some money and we'll build it. Anyways, I talked to the CEO of KW, my boy Jack, and Jack Hawthorne. Shout out to Jack Hawthorne, man. Good
He's
dude,
the
bro.
CEO?
Well, he is the CEO of KW Heritage.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's a big dog, man. He's a good guy, but he's a connector, man. Real cool guy. So anyways, I told Jack I told my boy CH, and then we talked to Jack, and we're like, hey, we're gonna build a house on it. We thought we were gonna just build a house. This is before I knew anything about zoning and this and that, right? And as soon as we get the lot, we look at it, and we look that it's zoned MF33. So for those here in San Antonio, MF33 is multifamily up to 33 units. And this was a tiny lot, bro. It was like maybe like 30 by 80 or something like that. Small, bro.
Super small.
Small, bro. But doesn't matter, though, right?
It does.
It's what you could do with it.
You could build up.
It's what you could do with it, right? Anyways, man. So then we talked about it, and we're like, man, you know what? Let's try to do a triplex on it. And they were like,
on a 30 by 80?
Bro, it's crazy, right?
Okay.
And he's like, no. You know, it might have been like 40, bro. 40 by 80, something like that. I think it was 40 foot. Yeah. Anyways, we ended up building a duplex on it, bro.
Okay.
Building a duplex on it. And bro, we went through COVID while we were building it. So COVID time was a hard time to build. For construction during COVID, it was hard because you could find workers, you couldn't find stuff like windows, doors, material, bro. And then the material shot up.
Yeah, I remember that.
So our budget was like 260, like 250. It was
for just the build?
Everything.
Oh, for the whole
the land, my boy gave me a good deal on it.
Okay.
And it was supposed to be 250, bro. We ended up at like 320. Something like that. 310, 320, bro.
To build a duplex.
Dang, okay. Because material has shot up so much.
Yeah.
And for those of you out there, these are numbers. Nobody's going to tell you these numbers, man. This is like
real stories,
right? However, thank God, brother, the market was the way it was. And we ended up selling it for almost $600K.
Dang. 600,000?
Almost, bro. Cash.
And Wheatley Heights?
Cash, bro. Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm building another duplex a street over, actually. So
dang.
Yeah, man.
So what's the math on that? You made some good money, a few $100,000.
I mean, do the math, bro.
Dang.
That's on one deal, bro.
Developments.
On the development, man.
So do you shoot for like a number, like profit each development?
I mean, realistically, single family is making me, as long as it makes me 50K, you know, around there. Net, yeah.
I mean, that's not a bad year. No, I mean, it takes how long does it take from completion? Like,
so when I first started, shit, bro, 6 months, 7 months. Now we're bringing it down to 3-4 months. Like
3-4 months.
Yeah, man.
From the closing of the land to
the closing of the land to starting it up, like breaking ground, boom, let's go. 4 months.
4 months.
4 months, bro.
Dang. So you got that permit process down.
I think that's the opportunity. That's where the opportunity, right? That's where the issues come up at is when you're submitting stuff to the city where you don't have a good architect, you don't have a good engineer. You got to have good people in your back, man. Not only that, your trades, your foundation people, your framers. Like it literally, we're going to be doing a seminar about this, guys, by the way. We're going to be pushing a seminar on construction, new construction. And my boy JR is going to be there. We're going to be talking about wholesale. We're going to do something big for y'all, man.
Yes, sir.
So stay tuned on that. But yeah, man, you have to have good people behind you, man. So that way your projects can run smooth.
Yeah.
I know a guy, bro, that's doing builds. He builds like maybe five houses a year. He was a client of mine. And the dude builds like 3 months. 3 months, like nothing, like cake, bro. And he's out there every. That's what he does for a living, you know.
I like that.
Yeah.
So what? And then if he's making $50K at least,
bro.
I mean, that's $250,000. And I'm pretty sure that's pretty easy. Bro, once you got it down like that for 5.
Think about it. All it is money and just getting the properties.
That's it. Because everybody else it's not like flipping.
Flipping you have to. I mean, flipping is good too, bro. The thing is flipping. I think it's less time because there's some flips you can do like in a month, 2 months, right?
Yeah.
On exactly, like it's like you buy it, paint it, do some little stuff to it, granite countertops, whatever, on the market.
Right.
Construction or development, you have to really plan it out. It doesn't like for me, I'm telling you these numbers. However, for most people, a year, 9 months to a year.
But it's easier though, right?
Yes and no, bro. It's easier because you start from ground zero. You don't have any issues. Like I'm doing this flip in the Denver Heights. It's taken me almost a year to do, bro. It's taken me almost a year, and the reason is because I had to do the foundation, and then the foundation messed up the structure, and I got to do the structure and got to do the right.
Well, that's why I'm saying, because a flip, it's unpredictable.
Exactly.
You don't know what.
Exactly.
And construction,
you already know.
Yeah, everything's by the foot. Like I know I'm paying this for this, for this for this. It's all by the foot.
That's it.
Yeah. So that's why I want to get into it. I think honestly. So when I first started, my dream was always to build houses. For some reason, nobody in my family builds houses. My dad don't do it. None of my uncles did it.
Yeah.
But I would just drive, and whenever I would see like framing, I'd be like, man, it would just do something. Intrigue me. And I was like, that's what I want to do. I want to build houses. So that's gonna be my first one.
Let's go, baby. Once you do one, bro, you're gonna do 5. Once you do 5, you're gonna do 20. I'm telling you, man, like that.
This might be my
thing. We need to do something together, bro. I'm gonna put you on. You're gonna put me on.
We find lots, you know that. We find good deals. MF33. So what is it mostly like? What's the most important thing about when you're building houses?
I mean, it all comes back down to the buy. I think everything comes back down to the buy. Yeah, where you buy, how much you buy it for, because one thing about development, it's all vision. It's all vision because there's nothing in front of you. There's just raw land. I mean, for example, this building we're in right now, somebody thought about this building before it was here. Right. So it's just vision. You have to know what the numbers look like. You have to run comps just the same way as you're doing a flip. And it's all new construction comps though. Yeah. I just I do cash out refis on new construction now for tax purposes. Okay. So we're selling some, keeping some. We're selling some, keeping some. Okay. There's so much to do with real estate, man. I mean, for high W-2 earners, bro, or just having real estate is so many benefits, man. And so anyways, tax wise, man, tax wise. And I mean, it's one of those things, like I said, there's so much around the real estate, the development, the cash out refi. So cash out refis, for those of you that don't know, is pretty much you're pulling out a percentage of the total value of the project. So let's just say the project costed me, let's say it was a flip and it costed me $200,000, right? 200,000 to complete it. However, it's worth 350. I mean, most banks are giving you 70% on a good rate, obviously up to 80%. Yeah. And they're giving you back that money, meaning you're pulling a loan. So like, for example, if it's 80% of what, 400 or 350, I don't know math. I don't know if you, what's 80% of 350? I got a calculator right here. Go get you some. 80% of 350 is, let's see here. Let's see. 280. 280. So how much did it cost to do the project? Would you say 240? 200. Dang. Right. Okay. So 80,000 back. So remember, that 200 is money that you use to do the project. Yeah. And then you're going to get an extra 80K. Well, guess what? That 80K is tax free. You can't get taxed on loans. Yeah. Tax on debt. You don't get taxed on debt. Right. So 80K that you just got back, that's tax free. That's what people do, the BRRRR method. Yeah. Right. What is it? You buy, rehab, rent. So is that what you're doing? I'm doing that on some deals. Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, that's good. So and then what do you rent that house out or
we rent it out? We rent it out.
Airbnb or long term?
Long term. Mainly on those is long term. Yeah.
You don't like Airbnb?
I do actually. Well, yes and no.
So why do you prefer long term over Airbnb?
Airbnb is a job.
Yeah.
If you don't hire, you did your first one as well, right?
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Man, bro. So I did mine, right? And it was so exciting to get it done. I did a subject 2 on it. And then if y'all know what a subject 2 is, I mean, I did a sub 2 and got to, put everything. It's fun doing them, right? You get it all ready to go for people. Like you literally think about what somebody's going to need and you put into it, right? Toilet paper and this and that.
Yeah,
little hotel, man, right?
Yeah.
And then when it comes to putting on the market, you put on the market, you put Airbnb, you go to VRBO, you do, all the websites, right?
Yeah.
And then you sit and wait for somebody to rent it. And then a week goes by, nobody rents it. 2 weeks go by, nobody rents it.
Damn.
Oh, bro.
Did you have it in Zamora or what?
No, hombre, Nogalitos, they close. See, I think it is on location. So this past January was my first full month doing the Airbnb, and I got to rent it out twice.
Okay.
So I mean, I mean, the note was $1,200, bro.
How much you make?
600. I mean,
but
that's cool. Getting started.
How much did you have it a night?
135 or something like that. But see, what happens is when you put it on Airbnb, like if you see where it does a discount, the 20% off or something like that, because it's like the first time that you rent it out or whatever. It's my first time doing it.
So what would you do in this case? Are you gonna turn it to a long term, or would you just lower the price? I'm gonna
give it one more month, or I would say, I don't know, one more. Most people give it 90 days, 3 months, right? And however, I can tell you that long-term rental is the easiest way, bro. It's literally cash flow. It's you just rent it, collect the check, done deal.
So this sounds like a bad experience. So what if this first month you made $2,000?
Shh, man, then we cash flowing $800.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Think about it. So that's why I say I
gotta just lower the price.
Yeah, maybe I gotta do that.
95, but 20 days rented.
That would be badass.
You know what I mean?
Hey, you're right. $2,000.
Yeah,
you're right.
You gotta just adjust it. I'm gonna play with it. I like the idea of it.
Where's yours at?
Mine's by Zamora. But I'm gonna make mine $95 and it's nice.
I bet.
But I want to see, because I could only rent that house probably for $1,100, $1,000.
I got you.
$900.
So maybe you're gonna maximize.
If I can make 18,
the benefits to short-term rental versus long-term rental is that you don't have somebody there that you're gonna have to evict, that you're gonna, dealing with that, bro. I have a buddy who owns mobile home park.
Yeah.
And he's actually one of my project managers, man. He owns 18 mobile homes, bro. So much money in mobile homes, bro. It's just they don't get the equity like in a regular.
It's just cash flow.
Cash flow, bro.
I had one, bro, park.
Yeah. I didn't like it.
I didn't like it.
Man, maybe
I had a bad experience though.
You see? Bad experience.
I didn't know what I was doing.
Hey,
bro.
You gotta try one time, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, man. So basically, you don't deal with having to evict people. You don't have to deal with none of that,
right?
Bro.
And I feel like, don't you think over the period of time, like they would keep it in better condition, because you're gonna go clean it every time.
That's it.
You're gonna keep it sparkly clean every
single time. I literally go there, pick up the mail, go inside. I'm like, man, this place is legit. Like I could live there if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's why I feel it too.
Yeah.
And another thing too, though, is you don't have a lease in place. So like, if you ever got to make a move, it's there.
Done.
Take it off the market.
You can sell it. You can exactly if you have to
rent it. If you have to, whatever you have to do.
Yeah.
And then the reason I like it too is because like you said, it's its own little business. So like, I want to put my sister on it. She can help. She can make a little bit of money off cleaning. Exactly. That's cool. Like if you have a spouse, like your wife, she can take care of it, make some extra money, and that's cool.
Yeah.
Man, so you dropped a lot of gems. All right, guys. So if you like what you've been hearing, make sure you subscribe to the channel. You drop a comment. You like it. You share it with your friends. And we're going to bring this to an end because I know Frank got stuff to do, man. So real quick, man, if people that are watching, they're interested in building their first house.
Okay.
What's step one?
Step one is find the land.
Find the land.
Yep.
Okay. Step two.
Step two, get with an architect, engineers. They're going to design your whole plans and everything.
Okay. Step three.
Step three is you're going to send it to the city. You're going to upload it to whatever you got to upload it to, depending where you're at. They got to approve it. You deal with them, and then boom, they give you the approved plans.
Okay. Step four.
Step four, you need to get your foundation going. You need to start getting your people with the foundation.
Okay.
You know, clean the land, whatever you got to do for the land.
Okay. Step 5.
Step 5, you got to get framing. You got to get with your lumber company. They have to get the whole lumber package set up for you, get the lumber delivered, start frame.
Okay. Step 6.
Cornice, all the windows, exterior doors, pretty much all the wrap around the whole building itself, your siding, whatever it is you're gonna do, stucco, stone, you know, who knows.
Step 7.
Step 7, you're gonna have to go in interior, electrical, plumbing, your AC, the roof is going on. There's so much going on, bro, at that time. Yeah.
So now we've got up to the point where it's pretty much getting finished out.
Built out. Interior is getting built out. I mean, outside, the plumber's connecting to a sewer line, the water line. If you don't have no utilities, you're gonna have to get utilities on that property. So much going on at the same time.
All right. Step 8.
Step 8 is insulation, obviously during that whole process as well. If depending where you're building at, inspectors are going out there checking out the project. They're looking at, you know, everything, right? They got to pass everything, and then the insulation guy goes out there, does your whole insulation on the interior.
Okay. Step 9.
Sheetrock, tape, float, texture, the whole sheetrock shebang, right? The texture. Then from there you throw in your flooring. A lot of people like doing flooring before they do all the trim, because then you don't need to use quarter round. For those of you who don't know, quarter round is that little like a raised edge, and the reason they put it on is because the flooring is not butting up to the actual wall itself.
That's when you put flooring after the baseboard.
Yeah,
exactly. So that's more in like remodeling, right?
Well, remodeling,
because people don't take off the baseboard.
Yeah.
So you got to put that little shoe molding or whatever they call it. Shoe mold.
And so for us, we do the flooring, and then from there we do all the trim. We paint all the interior, right? And then exterior is getting painted as well. So that's the next step.
And then step 9
is when you're getting all your cabinets in, you're getting all the countertops. Okay. You're getting all the AC, the fixtures in, light fixtures in.
Is that it, or is there more steps?
No, and then from there you get your plumbing fixtures in. You make sure you do a walkthrough on the inside, check everything out. Hopefully I'm not forgetting anything. I'm like,
so that's 10 steps,
roughly, yeah.
And then last step, sell it,
put it on the market, refi, yep. And then stay tuned for our seminar, because we're gonna break it down into more details.
And what we're also gonna do for y'all guys is I'm gonna build my first house, and we're gonna make a vlog on it.
Let's go.
I already got the blueprint right there sitting behind that Dennis Rodman poster, and you're gonna tell me the next step. I'm gonna go take it downtown, whatever I gotta do. So there you go, guys. 10 steps real quick on how to build a house from scratch.
There you go. Nobody's gonna give you that.
All right. So last thing, I want to ask you 2 questions.
Yes, sir.
All right. What is the definition of a champion to you?
A definition of a champion is someone that doesn't give up even though they lose. That's a champion.
Oh, I like that one. Okay. Last question. All right. What does clutch mean to you?
Clutch is just overcoming anything, man. It's coming in clutch, bro. Coming in clutch. I mean, it's one of those things that at the end, when you're about to give up, and you feel like, man, it could be in working out, it can be in a deal, and it just feels like the end is not near, and you just push forward, bro. To me, that's clutch. Like, you push forward and the outcome is like done. Like you achieve your goals. That's clutch to me.
I love that.
Come in clutch. Yeah.
I love that. All right, guys. Hey, look, so I hope y'all really enjoyed this episode. I learned a lot from it personally. I know y'all did. Thank you, Frank, for coming on my show, man.
Appreciate it.
Where can they find you at on social media?
So Instagram, Frank Does Real Estate. I got a YouTube channel. It's Real Estate TV all together. And then on TikTok, Real Estate TV as well on TikTok. So Frank Does Real Estate on Instagram and Real Estate TV on YouTube and on TikTok.
I like that. It has a good ring to it. All right, guys. So I hope y'all like that episode. Make sure you follow on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter at JR Clutch, YouTube JR Clutch. You make sure you subscribe, leave some comments, and share with your friends so we can continue to spread this message. All right. So we'll see you on the next episode, guys. Until then, stay clutch.